want to look at the people's verdict on Nigeria because the people have spoken. Sometimes they speak without knowing that they are speaking. But those of us that are looking at what is going on, we are watching to see what is going on. So we see them that they are speaking, and we can come here and tell you that the people are speaking. So the souls of Nigerians have departed from the Nigerian Union of Death. That's why we told you that they like to love Nigeria from afar. The Japa syndrome. That Japa syndrome, what it signifies is that Nigerians are rejecting, deserting, and leaving the Union of Death in their droves. They're saying no to Nigeria as currently constituted. That's why they're running away. If you love your nation, you will not run away. You will stay in it. But because you don't want it anymore, you are leaving. That's what it means. And that's what you're saying. You are rejecting it. The soul of Southeast departed Nigerian Union from 1966 killings. When they killed our people, 1966, that's when our people said, no. They say, they were saying that they wanted to defend themselves, that they want to get out of this Nigeria. That's why they went to Aburu. So we know what our people want. When some people will say, hey, do you know what the people want? We know what our people, we're not deaf. Our people have been speaking for years, acting and showing that this is what they want. So politicians that are pretending they don't know what the people want, they are criminals. We know what our people want. Are we talking about Middle Belt? Their soul departed from Union of Death called Nigeria after the killing of Gideon Oka and his compatriots, 1990. The same with the soul of Southwest. The Southwest region, their soul departed after the killing of MKO Abiola, July 7th, 1998. So what is left? All these regions have left. They are just existing. Their mind had gone. What is left is the Caliphate and the Fulani nation, of course, and Sharia North. They are the ones struggling, trying to manage the toxic carcass of the dead one Nigeria, which they have killed everyone to keep. They killed everyone trying to sustain one Nigeria. So people have spoken. They do not want Nigeria as currently constituted. And because people have spoken, that is why LNC, NINAS, are working for the people. To give them a voice, to organize what they're saying in a way that international communities and everyone that has good conscience will understand what the people are saying. That is the work of NINAS and LNC. And that's why the liberation they put in place, the liberation project, the scripts, and have been following it step by step. 5 phases over 21 years period in measured pattern. Because if you're going to bring down a carcass, a dead giant, if you pull it down anyhow, it will collapse and destroy everyone. So they put it in phases so that gradually, if you remove the tail, you remove the hand, you dismantle the neck, you dismantle the ear, gradually removing the parts, because it's dead. Nigeria is dead. The Caliphate one Nigeria is dead. They're just removing the parts so that the entire giant will not collapse on everyone. So the essence of doing that is to completely overturn the rogue 1999 constitution and to topple the legal basis of one Nigeria ahead of the joint jailbreak by the trapped constituent components of the failed British Caliphate criminal project. One Nigeria is British Caliphate project, a criminal project. It does not belong to the people. And that project has failed. You can see when my sister was telling you about the money. The failure of economy, Nigeria is a failed state. There's nothing anybody can do about it. You just continue to deceive yourself. So it's a failed state and it's going down. However, thank God for NINAS that has put in place what will help us to manage this collapse so it does not kill the indigenous peoples. You see the ship carrying the Japa people. As you see this number of people staying in plastic in polythene bag, before they get to the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, the whole thing will collapse. And all these people you're seeing will become fish and food to fish, sharks. Our children are dying in numbers while we play around and deceive ourselves that we have a country. We don't have a country. It's dead and it's going down. So the 5 points, NINA's 5-point proposition is the only viable mechanism for simultaneously halting the caliphate conquest onslaught and the state capture of Nigeria. This thing that is going on, you can stop it today just by embracing the NINA's 5-point proposition. You embrace it, you go to your villages and teach your people, like we are seeing some people already doing, because we know our people are what people have been asking questions. Genuine people, I'm not talking about criminals that are looking for what to steal and how to use the people's pain to make money. Genuine people are coming and say, what can we do? And we say, go and enlighten your people, go and educate your people, and they are moving. So kudos to all of you. As well, also, the NINA's project will also safely navigate Nigeria to the harbor of constitutional reconstruction. So the verdict of the people is that they don't want this one Nigeria as currently constituted. And they don't want National Assembly to bring out another constitution. That's not what it is. They want to take back their sovereignty and decide how they want to live. That is self-determination, according to the template that NINAS has put in place. So that is what it is. So we're going to give you the final decommissioning of the Union of Death, the sequence of events. The first one is repudiation of the 1999 Constitution. It has been done already. It has been done already. It went to all the regions, did solemn assemblies in all the regions. All the people repudiated the 1999 Constitution, and there's evidence online. If you go to YouTube and everywhere, you see there are picture and video evidence of the things that happened and how the indigenous people did these things in their own ancestral lands. It has been done. Then the next one is constitutional force majeure, which was done already 3 years ago, 2020, December 16th, 2020. You see, sequence of events. Where we are now is number 3, transition. We are going to transition from failed state to a workable solution. Nigeria is a failed state where it is now. But we don't want vacuum, and there shouldn't be vacuum. So we are going to do transition like they did in South Africa and all over the world. These things have been done before. So we are just going to do what others have done. So we do transition from point A to point B. Within that transition, we're going to have referendums and plebiscites. Referendum is where the people speak. How the people speak. You say, let's know what the people, you give them referendum. They will vote, and it's multi-regional referendum. They will say what they want. Are they going to be inside? Are they going to be outside? What did they want? Even when people say, oh, this part of land is part of Yoruba land, this part of, it's not what you impose on people. The people on that land will decide where they want to be. They will vote. That's how things are done in the modern world. No need for war, no need for chaos, no need for any of this nonsense that people move around doing. The people on the land, we vote and say, we want to belong here or we want to belong there. It is the people's right. The 2007 Declaration for Indigenous Peoples' Rights has said it, that self-determination is the people's right, and they will decide how they want to live, who they want to live with, and what are the terms. So number 5, new constitutional order. That's the last thing. So for those that are making noise, new constitution, people listen to us. We are talking to the indigenous people. We don't have time with politicians, so our church leaders. We are not talking to church leaders, members, or Islamic people, all these religious people. That we're not talking to you. We are talking to
all these religious bandits.
Religious bandits. We are talking to the people Ndi Obodo in Igbo land. Ndi Obodo, Ndi Nwane. The ancestral land belongs to people. They are the ones we are here for every Saturday to educate them. It's not your criminal pastors that are partners with the colonial monsters and colonial politicians and stealing the resources and sharing and buying private jets and moving up and down, conducting Shiloh and all those nonsense they're doing while the people are dying and perishing. We are not the ones, they're not the ones we are talking to. So 1 and 2 has been done already. We are on stage 3. And from there, we move. So you see, constitution making is the last thing. Because you have to decide, because that's why I say constitution, constituents. The constituent will decide how they want to live. So you have to decide, first of all, who are the constituents?
Right.
What is the entity? Who are they? How many people are coming into here? Then before we now say, okay, do we need charter of relationship? Do you need constitution? That's why we tell you that true federalism comes from down up. So the constitution making will go from the grassroots, they will now go up. Then the top will be where they will federate. The people, the constituent. So for a true federation, you're going to have component constitutions. So if you have 5 federating blocks, for instance, you're going to have 5 constitutions coming together, and then you now have the federal constitution. So you can't have federation when you don't have federating components. It's not possible. That's deception. So we're explaining these things to our people to understand, because when you understand it, it will be easier for you to talk to the criminals that call themselves the people that are representing you. Not so that they will represent you, but so that they will stop what they're doing and get out of the way so that you can do what you want to do. Because the land belongs to you. You are the owner of the land, not the hired managers, which are the politicians. Those ones, you employ them. So you can sack them any moment.
419ers to politicians.
Yes, power belongs to you.